Hoo-hoo, more prizes. Let's take it in the hops world, see what we have. Well, prizes. Here we are in hops world, and if you watch our last vlog 14, at the end of the vlog we showed you what had arrived. Live plants, please rush. And that was just yesterday. Today, perishable living beneficial organisms. Can you guess what's in here? Well, we're going to open them up right now and show you what's in here. Hey folks, Max Raphael, and welcome to Hops World Week 15, Vlog 15, all about hops. So, let's check out first our plants. I always pray that they're in good condition. I bought some years ago from a small farm, and when they arrived, there was actually dirt falling out of the cracks in the box when it was laying on the side. The box wasn't marked. As you can see, this box is clearly marked. Live plants, please rush with an arrow up, and it arrived up, and that's real important. And if you also notice, there's little holes all in the cardboard, which is the first time I've seen that, but I'm sure that's to help the plants to breathe. Makes sense. And not to create humidity. So, check it out. Da, 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 da. Strong little babies. So, there's only a handful here, actually 5 different plants that we decided to purchase. Little cuttings, as is, so we can use them this year in our breeding program. And these are varieties that, for whatever reason, I decided to pick to use for breeding. And I will go through them real quickly. We have here Tea Maker. Now we have a Tea Maker plant that we took out of our male hop yard and planted it in our female hop yard. But we wanted to get another plant. We could have probably took a cutting, but we want to get this thing going real good. These little plants are real strong and should really take off shortly. Here we have a Canadian red vine. This one, a northern brewer. Canadian red vine, I've had that before in Brazil and here in the US. That thing is monster. Northern brewer is one that has been used in breeding in the past and other breeding programs. We have a bitter gold. Someday I'll explain why I got that one, but I really want to test it and see how it grows here. And this Sriracha Ace. We actually have a Sriracha plant that we had in our grow room, but it really did poorly. And it's outside now. I think it might make it, but I didn't want to take any chances, so I got another plant. I'm going to talk about these plants. We get these plants here from Sandy Ridge Farms in Michigan. That farm I found in the US has the best quality plants that I've come across. There are at least one other big farm that I bought plenty of plants from that have good quality plants too. Sandy Ridge only sells varieties that they get straight from the USDA Clean Plant Network, and that's really important. Now, the USDA doesn't give any guarantees on virus-free or disease-free. It's impossible. And neither does Sandy Ridge Farm or any other farm. But my go-to place for strong little hops plants when I need them is Sandy Ridge Farm. You can call my friend Julie Kane. She calls herself the crazy hops lady. But please don't say I said that. But Sandy Ridge Farm, I'll put a link here to their website and a little clip at the end. And if you ever need hops plants, tell them I sent you. So, our little plants looking great, strong. They've been obviously trimmed a few times, the same as we do down in Brazil. Little sticks sprouting, couple sprouts on every plant. So we have some work to do and get these planting. Hoo-hoo. So the next box is perishable. If you watch our last vlog, you'll know why I ordered these. I'm praying that they help as opposed to other procedures that I may use. I ordered these right on Amazon. There's plenty of companies that sell them, but this was the quickest where I got them pretty quick. Hey, sticker, sticker, sticker. Definitely going to hang that on the fridge. I love stickers. Anybody has a sticker with their company? We're going to do a little vlog and show all the stickers with different companies. If you have a bar or some kind of hops farm and want to send a sticker, let me know. But here we go. Special blend predatory mites. Not sure that's the one we got. But regardless, this company, Nature's Good Guys. It's really thorough. Their book, I bought bugs from them before. I bought 2,000 ladybugs and let them go in the grow room, and they ended up all through my house. If you look at the back, they have plenty of varieties, and in the little catalog is great. It shows all the different varieties and what they're good for. So we have a problem with spider mites in the grow room, and we bought a specific variety of predatory mites. Ta-da! And ta-da! 2,000 spotted spider mites, Phytocilius persimilis, as if I really know how to say that. But there they are, folks. I'm going to try to get a close-up once I open them up and take them out and start spreading them through the grow rooms. The small baby plants we're going to put outside anyway, but we're going to definitely douse them with these bad boys and watch them spider mites die. And the other jar we're going to use in the grow room with the big plants because we have about 6 more weeks till the flowers become cones and are ready to pick. As opposed to putting some kind of a product or worst case a pesticide, we thought we'd try this. Well, we'll see how it goes. So come along with us as we test predatory spider mites. So enough here in Hops World. I'm sure you want to see some real hops plants. So what better to do but go down, it's kind of an emergency, into the dungeon and spread our predatory spider mites. Let's do it. Well, friends, here we are down in the dungeon. In grow room 1, the lights are out. It's evening. And the time to put these predatory mites is actually when the lights are out. So as you can see, there's 2,000 in this container, which may not even be enough, but it's real simple to spread these. What I do, I've used these before, I just give them a good turning, mixing gently. I don't really want to go shaking, I don't believe, to do any damage to these things, but definitely give them a good mix so they don't get all clumped in one spot in the jar. So if I showed you before last week, I don't know if you could see with this light, there's definitely spider mite damage. It's getting worse. This all started, our Pacific gem plant got infested and we trashed it. Here in the regular light, I'll show you some of the burrs. They're really kicking now. This is our Supergirl officially, a female wild Lupaloides open pollinated from Canada. So a few ways I could do this. One, I did one time, one year, was to actually take the product, which is basically vermiculite, and this spider mite predators are mixed in. So one way you could do this is put little envelopes open and stick them around on your plant, but that was a pain in the neck. We did moisten these, I didn't show you that, with a little bit of water. Spray, although it's drying real quick first. It's always a good idea so they stick a little better. Put a bunch down the bottom so they climb up. And we go from plant to plant. These other plants aren't that worse infested as these two. So I'm not going to go too crazy with the other plants, but definitely I'm going to put them around the whole grow room. Let them fall down throughout the canopy of the plant. Spider mites travel up and down the plant throughout the day. I don't know if anybody realized that. I went to a rose farm in Brazil, and a friend of mine, who's actually a Brazilian Japanese guy, and he was starting to grow spider mites. We're going to spread the rest around on these plants and pray. Leave the cup at the end because there's usually a bunch in there. So let's go to grow room 2 and the babies and do the same thing. Okay, so here we are, grow room 2 with our hops babies. And we're just going to broadcast this product all around here in the grow room. So it kind of spreads out across all the plants, all the trays, and pretty much everywhere. The idea is try to get a little bit in each cup. So do a nice spread. May have put too much over in that end, but that's where the most of the spider mites are. Well, there we go. 4,000 predatory mites. Soon to feast on our spider mites. But these will be going outside probably tomorrow. We already took a couple trays out. We're going to make sure they last through the night. God forbid something goes wrong. It's going to get down to about 45 degrees and they should be fine. But they would be definitely better in the ground, not in these little cups. So we're going to get these babies in the ground sooner than later, folks. But we're going to put them outside for a couple days to get them adjusted to the sun, a little bit in the shade, because it's supposed to get really hot in a few days. And God forbid we don't want to burn them. So here's our hops babies, and they're really starting to kick again since the last pruning. We still got now some 2-footers going here, all tangling up again. Might have to prune them again, but it's okay. These babies will hit the top wire this year for sure and flower. Follow along, you'll be amazed. Every one of these a brand new variety of hops. Well, a quick check-in with the Triumph twins, folks. If you haven't been following along, these are our 2 Triumph and 1 Zeus in aeroponic setup. And they've gotten about 14 feet long. They flowered, and listen, the baby's ready, man. 1 more week. Yep, we're gonna chop these babies next week for sure. Take the cones that we got and start over. As it turned out, we put 3 plants in a very small aeroponic and the roots took over But man, the plants look great. Very pretty. Well, let's go back down in the dungeon because we got a surprise. So back down here in grow room 1 in the dungeon, and our plants look pretty, but I keep wondering why they don't seem to be flowering. And darn, this smooth cone has all kinds of new branches coming, sprouts. Even our lupulloides has new sprouts coming up. Even though there are some cones that did form and are still forming. You notice that one back there is pretty well formed. Well, folks, I realized that probably 10 or 12 days ago, maybe a week ago, I came in here in the evening and the light was off. So I went and hit the switch on the timer to turn the light back on. And I never reset the timer. So unfortunately, these lights have been on now 24/7, and I didn't realize it. So the plants have basically started to re-veg. I could see they're growing again. There's sprouts. These should be terminal cones here. And unfortunately, they're barely flowering. I made a goofball mistake and left the lights on, and I never come down here in the evening. It's always early here in the morning. It's like 5 a.m. right now. So I don't know what to do here because spring is in the air outside. This beautiful sunbeam actually partially flowered. The cones are small, but I'm sure the plant's trying to re-veg. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time to let these things flower now. It takes about 8 or 9 weeks. I wanted to really get these things outside this year so I can use them in our breeding program. So, little depression, but little happiness that these sunflower seeds are starting to stretch. These ones over here too. So we're gonna plant them outside shortly. Little bit of good news in here in grow room 1. Now grow room 2. Da, 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 da. This is the big surprise. Check it out. Wow. Looks good? Well, it's dark. Actually, the lights are out, folks. I took the plants out of here yesterday. Yep, the spider mites were getting out of hand. So I made an executive decision. Let's go outside, back upstairs, and look for our babies. Well, here they are, folks. Our little babies. I actually put them out here 2 days ago. This sunshine really helped them today. They were looking pretty weak. I gave them plenty of water to try to wash the spider mites off. So these here are our open pollination crosses with 19058, and then these are all 19058s and Rocky crosses. So these are actually third F2 here, and the rest are all F1. So we have to lay them out. We have them in the water. These all here are Zeus. We're trying to make a boy or two here. Nugget. What else we have? Centennial, Cluster, no, that's Pubescent, Mississippi 3, Chinook 2 to get a male. Over here, these are the Rocky. What do we have? Tea maker. We're going to try to see what our Rocky is using these tea maker babies, and Magnum with Rocky. So our female yard is waiting for us. take a little tour real quick. We've moved a lot of plants around, and we're going to move some more around here today. Believe it or not, I decided to try to get all of our commercial varieties, the known varieties, in this row as much as possible, and use this second row for our second year, and then the third and fourth row will be all the babies. I still see a lot of shade back there, which I'm hating. I got to get rid of these trees around the outside of the hop yard. But as you can see, some of the plants are starting to climb. Even though there's just a couple strings, we're going to string these babies up in the next day or two also. Lots of work here, folks. So stay tuned. Hey, another vlog in the books, folks. Enough of the bad news. Let's get a little bit of good news over here at our male hop yard. Check it out. Look at Rocky. We just trained him, gave him a little drink. She was looking a little sad, needing some water. But we just ran our string up 20 feet. Let's see how high he goes this year. Over here are Suprboy and his girlfriend. We haven't yet put a name on her. If you have been watching, our Suprboy male last year popped up from 2 years ago a seed. It's a Rocky Comet cross. This little female popped up, grew like 6 feet last year. Now she popped up with a vigor, and it's about 4 feet. Our Rockies probably about 6 feet, but we have a problem up top. I don't know if you could tell, but there's a branch in the way for the string and a couple branches. We're going to go up there tomorrow on the roof and cut some branches here and over there on that tree, so our trellis is free from the branches and our plants can grow higher. But the good news here, we put our breeders in, and I decided to put 2 of our open pollinated seed plants this year. This one and this one. And one other, a cascade that we started from rhizome. 3 little babies, very small, only about less than a foot tall. The 3 females and our 2 males in our male hop yard that are going to make crosses this year. And let's see how they grow. Being seed plants are not going to get as big as our Alpha Roma last year, that's for sure. But our Rockies looking killer, second year. Can't wait to do some features on him. Neo Mexicanus. This is the plant that 2 years ago the police got called on me because they thought it was marijuana. Check it out, the leaves. Pretty cool. All right, folks, hope you liked the vlog this week. If you like, put a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We got a lot of tips this week and next week coming up. Cheers to life.